Yo, what's up? My name is Super Dave, and today we go back to a time that was really violent. It's Call of Duty World War II live in my mama's house.
Could use some ammo, sir. Got you covered, Private. Oh, shit! Shit, it's a trap! We've been spotted! Come on!
So whether it's the crimes against humanity that the Nazis were performing or the senseless violence that came with World War II, this was a very dark period in the world, and it also makes for one fascinating story to be told. And the guys at Sledgehammer Games did an excellent job with Call of Duty World War II. As Private Daniels, you go on one of the best stories we've seen in a Call of Duty game in recent years. Private Daniels is a man that's being haunted by his past, but also wears his heart on his sleeve. The same way School Party wears his shebo to an award ceremony. Alongside Zussman, Turner, and the game's resident hard-ass Pearson, you pull off some missions that are humanly impossible. Some would say that the game's campaign is as intense as the game's multiplayer, but this time around there are no headshots, so you're not dying constantly. The gameplay has also been tweaked. Now we've been introduced to a bit of stealth in a Call of Duty game, and it's not the best stealth gameplay you'll find there, but it fits in well and is a good break from the constant violence and the constant bombardment of assault that you face in the game.
Jesus.
My highlight in the game has to be the epic tank battle that you take on as Private Perez. This is where you take on German engineering at its best. Two bigger, larger and more powerful tanks. This gameplay reminds me of a movie also set in World War II, Fury. There's an epic tank battle in that movie that takes place in an open field, but this time around in Call of Duty it takes place in a village setting. As with standard tradition with a Call of Duty game, the zombie mode is also back. This time around it's Nazi zombies. The zombies themselves are a bit nastier and a bit more horrific than the last encounter. Last time around we had a nice disco setting, nice retro 80s theme to the zombies, but the Nazi zombies are borderline horrific. But with that said, Nazi zombies is also a gameplay mode that takes you online. I miss the days when the zombie mode was something you unlock. You know, like in Call of Duty Worlds at War, where we were first introduced to zombies, it felt like you got a little bonus for completing the game's campaign. And I think the guys at Sledgehammer Games and Activision should bring back those type of incentives where after you finish the game's main campaign, you unlock something new, unlike just bombarding us and forcing us to go online. Yeah, we know that's where the world is going. We will get there. It's not like we don't play the multiplayer already. Call of Duty's online multiplayer is probably the most brutal and the most punishing to newcomers. It's not something newcomers easily excel in. As a newcomer, you'll be punished really hard, and you always might find yourself at the lower half of the scoreboard after each match, whether it's after war mode or team deathmatch. As a newcomer, you'll probably find yourself in the last 3 slots, but as you gain XP, you'll eventually get the hang of it. And the dope thing that the guys at Activision and Sledgehammer Games are doing, they recently just had a double XP weekend, so I feel like that's something that's going to constantly happen, that are over various points. And as they roll out more content for the multiplayer, they'll have dope events, they'll give you the ability to gain more XP. With all that said, Call of Duty World War II gets a solid 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Call of Duty World War II. Are you still a big COD fan? You can also like my Facebook page. Just search for the Idiot's Guide to Gaming on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button, smash the subscribe button. My name is Super Dave, and this has been another episode of Gaming in my mama's house.